Hello, this is Gary Wishon, the Happy Heathen. Just a couple of observations I want to make, nothing too big. I know I said I was going to do a video about the history of World War II and religion. It's a big subject with lots of facets. Too big to do in 15 minutes. I'm thinking about a hangout. Anybody's interested, please tell me. We'll set a time. I think the Christians have the wrong idea about many things, but the biggest one is that they are preparing for some great big calamity, that they're persecuting the LGBT community. I hate how they say they're doing it out of love. Damn, that pisses me off. How they're screaming and pissing and moaning about science. If you got an opinion on science, fine. But when you try to dismiss it completely because of a 2,000-year-old book written by goat herders. What, was God illiterate? He couldn't write it his damn self? Seriously? It's like you guys are projecting so much what would happen if you were in charge, if the roles were reversed. I got news for you. First and foremost, the LGBT community is not out to force people to have sex that they don't like and against their will. Most of the people in the LGBT community, if you're scared of them, probably don't find you attractive. You're safe. Get over yourselves. And don't give me that stupid fucking story about, oh, same sex people getting married. Next there'll be dogs and children. That's insulting on so many fucking levels. You should weep with shame for ever thinking it. Why is it always thrown up? I'll tell you why. They have nothing to defend their weak ass position. And again, I think it's projection. What I really think the next step is atheists. What are you planning to do against us? We are not your enemy. You are your enemy. You standing up against science because you think that endangers religion? No, you religious assholes are religion's biggest problem. When you guys argue about abstinence only programs, and like I said in my previous video, abstinence only programs are asinine because people who spend their lives training to be priests can't keep it in their pants. Why do you think teenage kids are going to? You psychotic jabbering. If you just kept it to yourself, no one would give a fuck, but you have to inflict it on others? You have to try to teach it in schools? Fuck, dude. Get your heads out of your asses. We are not. I know I, in particular, and atheists at large, have no weapons in our hands. We are the enemies of no one. Only thing we're doing is burning a candle to have a light in the darkness of your ignorance. That's it. every action you do to try to minimize that light, you make yourselves look stupid. You make yourselves look intolerant, inexcusable fucks. Each law you grind out to somehow defend yourself against a battle that's not coming. Christians in this country have nothing to worry about. Christians in other countries, you should be concerned about. Fuck. I'm gonna have to look for it, but I saw a video where someone in a CPAC meeting actually said that Christians have to prepare themselves as martyrs? No one is out to get you! You are the biggest part of the fucking country! It's like 80% of this country is Christian. Shut the fuck up! Just had to get that off my chest. And I'm going to start giving examples why your position is so fucking weak intellectually. And you don't need a PhD for this, as my last video said. Nephilim Free, one of the biggest jackasses Christians on YouTube. I'll leave a link to him. I hate to promote his shit, but I have to do it if I'm going to mention his name. Said that when Noah's flood occurred, and this is the weakest fucking argument you guys have. If he just said it was regional and not worldwide, it's more believable. Bob Ballard did a series about the Dead Sea. If I find a link, I'll leave a link down below. There's a small, teeny tiny possibility that it's an oral history of the Dead Sea area when it flooded. I'll leave a link. Back to Neff's idiocy. He says that when the waters erupted from the wells of the deep, that they traveled at supersonic speed. I'm sorry, I can't do this without laughing. Okay, fuck. This is the fourth try. They traveled so fast that they broke out of Earth's orbit and hit the moon and caused the craters. And they made comets. Okay, is anybody familiar with tracer rounds? When you fire a tracer round, it's the friction that hits the phosphorates that's on the bullet that makes the bullet glow. It's the friction causing the glow. Water being shot out at supersonic speeds would not be a solid form. It would be vapor because of the friction. You can't shoot water at supersonic speeds and not have it turn into steam. So, to hear Neff's explanation, we are to believe that a boat made by a 500-year-old man and his 7 or 8 family members somehow existed in one piece at supersonic speeds in steam. And even if you can ignore the laws of physics, and you can't, and said that they traveled on water. It was on waves, and actually the whole world was a fucking ocean. It's still at supersonic speeds before the concept of the safety harness. Two of every animal, plus some very super elderly people, shooting in a boat made out of wood at supersonic speeds. And you guys wonder why we don't believe. Fuck almighty. I'll leave the links down below if I can find them, and whatever videos strikes my fancy. Goodbye.